Hello everyone, Kaiser here with the second last video in the Black Mesa series. And as you can see, we have more of these exploding dogs to kill. But if you look carefully, you'll see what looks like cages in the background. And this is going to be the start of a rather disturbing trend in this Black Mesa facility. As you can see, there's an electrified fence as well. Yeah, so it looks like someone's been trying to contain these aliens that we've been seeing. Here we are further into the facility, and here's where shit starts to get really whack. As you can see from the level title, questionable ethics. Seems like something's been going on, like something even more secret than what was going on sort of officially in the Black Mesa facility. We can see all these weird kind of, DNA symbols, and oh, what's that? That looks like a containment tank with what is inside the tank? Well, whatever it is, we just killed it, and we got part of the progress for an achievement ethically questionable, which is great. It kind of sets the whole theme for this part of the game. Yeah, just sort of ethics and yeah, well, as we see here, that looks like it used to be human. So yeah, there was a lot of weird stuff going in this part of the facility. As we see here, minor Xenos. So looks like they had aliens before this outbreak, and they were doing some sort of experiments on them, or at least holding them. And this part's really funny. This was very tongue-in-cheek of Valve. So we've got a big push-to-fire button, and a targeted... Yep, this is a cannon that shoots facehuggers. I wonder if this was an official project, or the scientists just kind of had spare time. But yeah, it's a cannon that shoots facehuggers. Ingenious, I say. And as we can see on the board, I think behind us, I think I turned to it. Yeah, we've got all these diagrams drawn up of the kind of physiology of these facehugger things. They look very cute, actually. I'd love to have a pet one. And here we see, they had Arthur the aardvark hidden behind a wall. And we press this giant button, and he's just moseying around. He's like, "Oh, where's Gordon Freeman? I need to spit acid at him." And oh wow, what's going on? Bye bye, Arthur. Hey, we can shock anything in these rooms here from behind the cover of these kind of bulletproof glass windows and sort of locking doors without having to get our hands dirty. Ethically questionable, but very effective. And it looks like that guy didn't quite make it to the kind of cleansing button. What's it actually say? Emergency Tesla discharge. Here we go, I'm just testing it out, making sure it works. Yep. It zaps anything in the room. And so here what I'm going to do is try to lure out the enemies that are probably going to spawn in this area. And then we'll see if we can zap them, because we've got these tanks down here, these containment tanks, bubbling away, and yep, there's the teleporting dudes. Run behind here, press our emergency discharge button, and if you look kind of to the left, you'll see, yep, one of them runs up. He's sort of hammering on the door, trying to get to us. Nope. That's how we do things in Black Mesa. Ethically questionable, but as I said, very effective. Here we go, further into this weird kind of testing containment facility, and yep, we've got a new enemy type. They're these crazy mutated soldier guys who do tons of damage, have tons of health, and their guns shoot these weird kind of little homing insects at you, which can be very annoying. Yeah, it looks like mutated soldiers, they've got like a gun grafted onto them. And we have what looked like some sort of cryo-containment chamber where these monsters broke out of. As you can see, these tanks have been smashed open. Further on into this facility, we see, yeah, there's kind of a dissection room where the equipment has gone absolutely bonkers. Just kind of rotating around, slicing and dicing things. There's all these dead scientists. Things didn't go too well here. The specimens did a bit of a prison break. And we've got a flare here. Flares are fun. Oh. he got the drop on us, but we introduced him to our friend's shotgun, and they didn't get on very well. As we can see here, it looks like the cutout for a tank, a gas tank to be precise, and there's a room full of facehuggers. They've kind of set up this nice little habitat for them, so they'll feel at home and not be stressed. I can just imagine them, I know what this facility was for. They were doing, they were testing cosmetics on these aliens, you know, just like putting lipstick all over them, making sure it was fit for human consumption. Now, I actually do this incorrectly. What you're supposed to do is attach a gas tank into that holdout there, and you can gas this entire room. But I wasn't smart enough to realize that, so I kind of just went through the door and shot all the facehuggers. But later I do realize what you're supposed to do, and I do it, but, you know, without any facehuggers in the room. There we go, more diagrams, a big skull and crossbones. There we go, I figure it out here. Experimental gas feed. There must be a gas tank somewhere. Searching. There we go. Wunderbar. And cut to the next clip. Sooner or later. I think I tested out. Oh, not working? Oh no, there we go, yeah, I gassed the room. And we did get our achievement progress even though I didn't actually kill anything. And here we go. We see there are actually some scientists holed up here.
Get us out of here before those military drones figure out where we're hiding.
Military drones, okay. Oh, and there's a brain. Someone got a little funky dissecting. I wonder which scientist could use an extra brain. Nope. We got brain everywhere. Oh well. And here, yeah, you've got to run past and kind of shut down this crazy medical unit that's sort of in slice and dice mode. Get that timing. Grr. There we go. We shut it off. No problem. And yeah, we can see more of those weird humanoid things that we gassed earlier.
Yes, fantastic. This way.
For science. And here we go. This is kind of what I was talking about before in some of, you know, the transition from inside to outside. And here we're on kind of the side of the cliff right outside the Black Mesa facility. We see a little river below. It's very cool. Just like I was saying in the previous video, the transition from kind of claustrophobic corridors to these really wide open spaces, it really kind of, it's very refreshing. Keeps the game kind of, you know, the pacing good. You don't get too bored. And we can, I'm pretty sure, yeah, we can hear a helicopter in the distance. So shit's gonna go down. Better stock up on health and power, or shield, or whatever mechanic it is in this game. Yep, that is definitely a helicopter. We better get to some cover, because we're very exposed over here. Looks like we've got two paths, left or right. So I guess we will go right. Or maybe left. Nope, right. Dithering, dithering. And in this next area, here we go. This was probably the shittiest / most difficult part of the game, or at least, you know, what I felt was the most unfair. It's a boss fight, really. You've got to fight one of those helicopters. There's like almost no cover. They give you a rocket launcher, which is, you know, I guess the only way you could feasibly take it down. But yeah, the helicopter has like crazy sort of tracking on your movements. You know, its chain guns rip you apart, it's got rockets, and as you can see, there's barely any cover. So yeah, it ripped me apart a good like 20 times. But here, this is a very cool area, very like kind of Mission Impossible, sort of bank vault heist-esque. There's all these laser trip mines everywhere in this facility, and you've kind of got to slowly make your way through. This took me a couple of tries as well, I think. In this clip, I actually end up blowing myself up. But yeah, it was a very cool section. Very, you know, platformy-esque. Kind of got to jump around and plan out your route through this deadly maze. And there's cool music that plays. I actually bought the Black Mesa soundtrack. It's got some really good songs on it. Very sort of atmospheric. Yep, there we go. I blew everything up, and there we can see there's a giant robot that's going to chase us. I think a couple of videos ago I ended with kind of a view of one of those robots. So we have met them earlier, and we have killed one. I think we used like some crazy Tesla discharge to kill it before. But here, it doesn't look like we have anything. We just kind of got to run away and hope it can't break through these reinforced steel doors. But of course it can. And I actually screwed up in this area a couple of times. I had no idea what to do, so I had to look online for ways to kill this thing. And, yep, there we go. It killed me. And now we come back. I think at this point I've looked at a guide, so I know what to do. You have to run up this tower here. And then we've got this handy little iPad thing that we can use to call in an airstrike on it, or a mortar strike I think it is. But then this was really confusing as well. I couldn't work out how the hell to use it, because you use your gun to kind of aim this little laser pointer, and it's like really shaky and weird. But yeah, basically you sort of aim your gun and you left click where you want to fire the mortar strike, and then in comes the rain. There we go. He's dead. No more giant monster. Yeah, that's how we roll. But then even more difficult is how to get through this next part, and I had to look at a guide again. You've got to blow up, I think it's that radio tower right there, and it falls and kind of clears a path into that area there. So yeah, here I am just trying to figure out what the hell to do. And I think I end up sort of, I cut the video obviously for this, but I dither around for like 10 minutes and then I look at a guide. Oh, there we go, now we called in one. Now we're going to call in another one on the gate there. See if we can blow that up. There it is. Whee! Boom. No luck. See, you know, like a corrugated iron tower falling on that gate can destroy it, but, you know, a direct hit from a mortar can't. Oh well, I guess, you know, this isn't like the frostbite engine or anything. Stuff generally doesn't, you know, become destructible when you shoot at it. There I go, I'm just bombing at that pool. Just for fun. And here we go, I think I've got it now. Yeah. Here it comes. There we go. And yep, it blows up the tower. And then it falls. Alright. And here, yay! This is a laser gun we picked up earlier in the questionable ethics section. There's not much ammo for it at this stage of the game, so I didn't use it much, but it's quite powerful. But it does, you know, chew through those energy cells. But we're about to get another weapon here, which you only get for a very small portion of the game, but is incredibly powerful. And we get it right here.
Doing weapons research too. I built the gluon gun.
The gluon gun.
But I just can't bring myself to use it on another living creature.
Because it's so
It
powerful.
doesn't appear that you have any trouble killing things.
No, we don't have any trouble killing things.
But please, promise to put her to good use.
Yes, we will. Don't worry, Doctor. Oh, looks like a kind of industrial vacuum cleaner. As we can see, we'll open up one of these doors. I think it's an aardvark inside. Yep.
Marvelous.
Sorry, Arthur. This gun, yeah,
Sure
it's
you
able
have
to
plenty
just
of
chew through
opportunities
anything
to
in
test
this
it in the
game.
field.
It's particularly useful
Practice in
against
the shooting
those
range
mutated
if you
soldiers, the really big ones we saw before. Yeah, you can cut them down to size pretty quick. There we go. Boom. Just destroys things. The way it works is it fires like a constant stream, so stuff that has more health, you sort of hold the fire button down for longer. And here we are, in another very cool section of the game, which had a lot of platforming. These are like coolant plants or something, and we've got to basically get the coolant flowing to the reactor so we can power, I think it's some sort of trans-dimensional portal device? Something like that. But it was just a cool area. There's like, there we go, that's the laser gun. Bye-bye, Arthur. He gets hoisted up. Do aardvarks have souls? That's a deep question. There's probably a facility in Black Mesa that's dedicated to that question. Oh, here we go, more teleporting enemies. But yeah, yeah, there's just these giant coolant towers. You've got to do a lot of platforming because, you know, all the walkways have been destroyed, and you kind of have to dive into the coolant at one point to sort of open up the, I don't know what they'd be, like the flow valves or something, to get that coolant flowing, because, you know, we can't have our mega processor overheating, can we? No. Yes, that's actually what they were doing in this facility. They were trying to set the world record for overclocking, and they needed these massive kind of coolant systems to keep their processors cool, so they could just, like, pump them full of gigawatts. More V-Core. And here we go. Yeah, this is down inside kind of the coolant tower. And it's got these really kind of cool blue lighting. Kill those annoying, I don't know what they are, limpet things. And here we go, in the coolant. And sounds like something just teleported in. Ah, taste our laser. And yeah, here we've basically got to open up these coolant valves. So then we can go through that little corridor there. I think that's what we do.